In this brief video, you will reflect on how much attention you pay to unknown vocabulary and if that helps you understand the text. Let's start by answering this question. Why is it difficult to understand what we read? You might say there are difficult concepts in the text, or the text is long, or it has complex sentences or challenging vocabulary, or maybe we do not have enough vocabulary. All that could be actually true, especially the part about vocabulary. There are words that are difficult to understand. Words such as beside himself, an idiom, which means in our sentence that Trump is so happy he cannot control it. Or words like head with different meanings. Words like woman or disease that contain other words. Mrs. Hill is a woman, and leprosy is a disease or vice versa. Leprosy is a part of a category called diseases. Or words like galloping and wipe out that are metaphors. That is, they do not mean what they seem to mean at a first glance. Finally, there are words that are ironic. A dumpster does not have a beautiful view. We can confirm then that vocabulary is the most common problem we will encounter and have encountered when reading. So what do you usually do the moment you find a word you do not understand? You might say, I ask the teacher or a classmate, or I use the dictionary or Google Translator. However, you do not need to do all these things every time you encounter an unfamiliar word. Let's see if we can avoid doing this for every unknown word. First, you need to try to understand the general idea identifying keywords. Read the following text without using the dictionary or doing anything we just said. Now, to see how much you understood, select from the options what you think the article will talk about. These are the keywords that can help you to do the previous exercise. The ones in red tell you what the text is not going to be about. The underlined ones tell you what to find in the text. Based on the keywords, we can say that the article is going to talk about B, C, and D. After doing this simple exercise, we can see that it is not necessary to understand all the words in the passage, but you do need to recognize which words are important because they give you key information. Breaking off to consult a dictionary slows your reading down and interrupts your thinking. A competent reader can cope with occasional interruptions, but constantly referring to a dictionary makes effective reading impossible. We cannot learn all the words that are difficult or that we need. That means it is acceptable and necessary to ignore new words. So, what can we do if we do not know some words and we want to understand them? Well, we need to acquire some vocabulary skills such as cognates, parts of speech, word formation, context clues, and dictionary use. Now, you can go and check the materials for each one of these skills and see how they can help you. Thanks for watching.